Kingwood Media Police Crimes Report, September 28th, 2025. I am Christopher Wood. Congratulations to Ontario Provincial Police and other cops and their family members. I am holding you guilty and I am holding you responsible and I am wanting you arrested. I am wanting you charged for first degree premeditated attempted homicide, torture crimes, slavery, body mutilations, kidnapping, sex assaults, false arrest refusals, extortion, intimidation, threats, obstructions to commit homicide, torture crimes, or to commit torture crimes, slavery, and homicide against 6 years of injuring, torturing, full physical identity theft has been done to me through homosexual Ontario Provincial Police, other cops in Deseronto, their family members, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors, justice of the peace, mental health workers, and police. Organized trafficking, human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, children and adults, elderly tortures, stalking, and murders, i.e., my mother, December 20th, 2020, animal tortures and deaths, my two dogs, killed through O.p.p boyfriend, O.p.p drug cops boyfriend. I was shot August 6th, 2019, on the corner of Bridge and Center Street in Napanee, Ontario, by ex-chief or commander before he left Napanee. Him and somebody in a black truck who is associated to somebody, or who is associated to somebody now involved with attempted homicide against me and very serious provable torture crimes, and cannot be arrested like the rest of them. And I can 100% prove this piece of shit's guilt. Spencer Mills 14716, Robert Kane 7224, Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Day Company, now Kingston AMHS, Shelley Hafner, Christine Schultz, ex-chief or commander, once again that had me shot. Their accomplices who cannot be arrested without $22,000, registered sex offenders, drug traffickers, committing disability frauds with and for Ontario Provincial Police, the fucking drug cop Robert Kane they work for, Blair Hardy, Blair Hardy Kane or Blair Kane Hardy, alleged O.p.p supervisor Bill Waldridge, aka Robert Cross, and Stephen Maven. They're guilty of stalking, torturing, and killing my mother December 20th, 2020 for Spencer Mills and Stacy Kingston AMHS. And to the certain person piece of shit, I know you're going to try to block this out through using Pegasus on my phone and on my computer like you've been doing. To prevent anything legal getting out, there's been serious threats, obstructions, intimidations. I was threatened very seriously, which led to death threats and forcible confinement against me since pretty much August 13th of this year so far, under murder threats against myself, murder threats against my wife, and murder threats against my nephew. There is also accomplices that cannot be arrested or touched. Jason Van Alstyne, O.p.p, crack-fed, low-life piece of shit, sells laced fentanyl between Napanee and Kingston for O.p.p. Robert Kane, guilty of identity theft, torture crimes. He's a stroke victim, but I can still prove his guilt. He is guilty of first degree attempted homicide against me with the intent to commit identity disability fraud for more drug money. Raymond LeBlanc, animal groomer, child groomer, animal killer, meth trafficker for O.p.p. Once again, they're all registered sex offenders too, children and adults. Harry Hartwick, he is a child groomer, he is a child abuser, he is very sadistic, he is guilty of brain injury, torture crimes, he is also guilty of very serious crimes against me as a child in Winnipeg, Manitoba, because I would not eat a pickled onion, stripping me down naked, beating the living shit out of me almost, putting tuck tape on my private parts, and making me stand naked in a corner for 4 hours while he proceeded to beat the shit out of my mother and my older brother at the time. This guy's my cousin. His nephew, Dale Hartwick, who is guilty of first degree torture crimes and attempted murder against me, and he personally told me of his involvement before he realized what he said. Dale Hartwick's boyfriend, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns. There is a Robert Hanna from Kingston, Ontario, who is guilty of first degree attempted homicide with intent to commit, and with his boyfriend, Edward Alex Robichaud from Hamilton House. And I can prove my words with their guilt as well. I now have holes in the back of my head. I get piss and shit torture going through my head, in my face, constantly. I have balloons inside my head which are restricting and blowing my skull up like a fucking balloon. No surgeries either. This all started to me happened to me after I was shot. 100% proven, provable identity theft and changes. And to a certain person, I know you're going to be recording this. I know you're recording it in the background. All part of your plan to fuck me over and all part of your identity theft against me. And I'm saying that without paranoia either. I am the end of my bloodline, so I just gotta say to disabled, elderly, and middle age, beware. I spoke police crimes, no criminal record or history either, and I became a 6 years slave torture, brain injury, body mutilation, medically blacklisted to prevent me help and proof of what I was shot with, or for me to get any kind of medical help in any way, shape, or form against crimes or anything else. When they commit their murders around Napanee and area with their low-life junkies, their lies, their time buying, their cover-ups, their badges, their positions, of course, against poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, so they can use bullshit lies of being suicidal, or drugs, so they can use those lies to cover up murders against their victims. Isn't that right? Robert Kane 7224, Spencer Mills 14716, and a piece of shit bitch named Stacy Kingston AMHS. Each and every one of you are very seriously sadistic. Each and every one of you are very seriously dangerous, and you've proven you have no care or concern for life in any way, shape, or form. The doctors have proven they have no care or concern for life in any way, shape, or form. You are guilty of ending a bloodline, and I can prove my words. I can 100% prove my words when I say that. You are murdering pieces of shit, low life bastards. You completely and totally split my fucking brain. You completely and totally mutilate me, and you keep me from help, no matter what I've been able to show and prove. This is Ontario Provincial Police. You think you know. They are not public servants. They serve themselves and the low life sex offending pieces of shit junkies that murder for them. And that's a fact, at least around Napanee and areas, along with other cops who also are going to see arresting, or maybe not arresting, but they are certainly going to face charges. And that's a fucking fact without threats, obstructions, or intimidations. And that's not a threat from me. That's something that you are going to face along with lawsuits coming from people that have absolutely whatsoever no authority over me in any way, shape, or form. And then using that so called badge to make serious threats against me, which led to other very death threats and forcible confinement. So you were not only accessories but accomplices to the fact, or after the fact, you're still accessories and accomplices. Be safe, everybody. Check out my other videos and to the lowlives who have been using Pegasus on me as well. Go fuck yourself in your attempts at blocking everything out. Hacking my phone, hacking my computer, using R&M on me, using Stingray, using CEW, which is an energy weapon that I was shot with 2 nights ago at approximately 8:30 at night. I was shot in the corner of Bridge and Center Street by a black truck with the O.p.p chief or commander, and that same black truck has been around a lot lately associated to a certain person guilty of attempted homicide, and I can prove guilt just through their piss and shit that's in my body forced under forced confinement, pretty much minimal to little freedom of movement, cannot get help in any way, shape, or form. So when the police and everybody commit their murders, they assure them. I'm just going to say this once again, do not throw my body in a ditch. Congratulations on another one you got away with. And this is the ending of bloodline for revenge retaliation for me speaking of their human trafficking, homeless exploitation for monetary gain, and money washing out of the Morning Star mission. You know how to get revenge, you know how to torture, you know how to slave traffic. I was actually sold for $740, the price of a welfare check, too, from these fucking cops. So these lowlifes could collect ODSP against me and commit fucking disability fraud. Once again, take this serious. Check out my other videos because I can 100% prove every single word I've said. Napanee, an area